What's happening, people? Second time lucky, I think. I don't know what just happened, but I just put up a video a second ago and my screen was blank. Anyway, here I am. This is a live video, so for any of you guys who are watching this on replay, please be aware, it is live. Like, this is not going to be my usual polished vlog that you will see elsewhere on my channel. This is me talking to the camera, absolutely live, feeding off people's reactions and questions and comments as they come in. So, as I say, it's not going to be as fluent as they might always be. So yeah, if you saw that original live video that just went on my channel, please do ignore it. I will be deleting it off my channel as soon as I can. I've actually got the mobile phone here in front of me, which I'm recording off. Second of all, on my computer, I'm going to be looking at what the comments are coming in, so I can come back and basically answer what you guys are saying. So I wanted to do this live video today because I realized, first of all, I haven't done a live video in quite a while. So this would be a good chance to kind of talk to you guys more, do a Q&A and see what's going on. But yeah, I think it's been a really busy week. I've been organizing things. I've been working behind the scenes trying to get a few things done, and I'm finally ready to kind of share with you something that has come my way. So yeah, chega manteiga de hedge. I can hardly say that, right? So people are dropping comments in as we go, and I'm going to be speaking live and answering questions as they come, right? Okay. Just give me a little second. I've got something really, really huge to share with you guys, and I'm so excited about it. If you just give me a couple of minutes, I will get to it, right? And I can't tell you how excited I am. This is something that I've been wanting for basically ever, and it's finally happening. So big actually that I'm going to open up a beer and drink it while we talk, because I'm quite nervous about it, right? I'm actually on my computer screen at the moment, so I'm going to be able to look at the comments here. Someone says, I won the lottery. No, I did not win the lottery, and I did not beat golf. I did not beat Trump at golfing either. So, right, let me just try and do this in a better way so I can see what's going on. Just trying to set up my workstation here. I've got my laptop on one side. Right. So, basically, I've been talking for quite a while to a group of people. They are an embassy, right? An embassy of a country. So that's basically what my announcement's about, right? It's a travel thing, and I cannot basically wait to kind of get going with it. This month. In 3 weeks' time from now, I'm going on a trip, and this trip is like something that I've been waiting on for such a long time to come to happen, and I never thought I would actually get there, but we're at the stage now where it is actually happening, and I've been signed up and I'm going. Tickets are booked. Basically, so as I say, I got in touch with, in fact, the US Embassy in London got in touch with me saying they were organising a trip, or they wanted to organise a trip to America for a number of different vloggers and bloggers, right? And at first I didn't know what was gonna come of it. Like, it was very vague on the comments. It was very vague on the kind of things that were going on, and like I didn't know if it would actually happen or not because we weren't sure. But as the time has progressed, as time has went on, they've kind of solidified that this is actually happening now, and it's going to go ahead. So basically, I am joining a group of bloggers and vloggers from the UK. On the 28th of May, we are going to America to do a cultural exchange, right? A cultural exchange. So this is going to be mental. I've just received basically the itinerary, right? And it is amazing. I've never been to America, right, guys? I've always wanted to go to America, always, and it's finally happening. I don't know. There's been a number of reasons why I haven't went. Basically, mostly because of time, and also because other travel trips have come up, which has basically stopped me from going. But this is going to be amazing. So I'm teaming up with a bunch of vloggers and bloggers from here in the UK, and yeah, we're going over to America. And I just want to I'm allowed to officially announce that now, and it's literally just been the last day or two where this has come through that it's actually going to go ahead. And this trip, right, it came about as the US Embassy in London done a bit of research as to what British people think of America. So they basically realised that British people in the UK, they think a certain number of things about America, which not always true. I don't know because I've never been there, I can't say one way or another. And they basically want bloggers and vloggers to go over there and see for themselves some of the stereotypes. So because of that, we are going to be visiting a number of places and organisations which I think is going to be fascinating. Like one of the things that people from the UK thought about America that they were unsure about is basically gun culture. So I believe gun culture is going to be a big part of this trip. So and like, yeah, you could easily think that this could fall into dangerous propaganda and stuff, right? But it's not propaganda, because basically they're going to take us to visit people who are on both sides of the different arguments of American culturisms. For example, American guns in America, right? The embassy itself, the people organising this trip, are not taking a stance on whether it's a good or a bad thing. They're basically just giving us access to people in America who either work for different organisations or who have been victims of different things, who could basically give us both sides of every story. So that's amazing, and I cannot wait. As I say, there's just some crazy things that are going to come from this trip. I think I'm going to learn a lot about myself and about the world. And I think it's going to be a good opportunity to kind of open my horizons to different things. So if we just look at gun culture for one second as well, gun culture is obviously quite a big thing. People in the UK and the rest of the world where guns are not legal, we have various opinions about guns, right? And of course, that differs from people in America. People in America have got their opinions on both sides of the argument, and people from outside have a different perspective, right? So this trip is going to kind of give us an insight into people on both sides of the fence. And I think that's a good thing. So basically, as well as politicians people who are involved in protecting the gun status quo. For example, the National Rifle Association, they're on one side of the fence, and we will be meeting them. On the other side of the fence, you've got people who were victims of gun crime. For example, the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida. We will be meeting victims of that, I believe, or things like that. It's not set in stone exactly who we're meeting, but that is the kind of thing that's going to go down. So it's kind of like a journalistic trip, really. They're going to take us to meet lots of different people from different organisations, like police departments who are on the ground, obviously seeing what's going on in terms of crimes and stuff like that. And obviously people who have been affected by that, people who might have been, people whose family or relatives might have been shot by the police. That's one way it goes. But as I say, I think this is going to be such a big learning experience for me, going to America. I have always wanted to go to the States, always, right? I used to watch a lot of American things on TV, as we all probably did, American culture and stuff, and I've just never managed to get over there because other travel opportunities have come by. I've been in Brazil a lot at the time, which, I don't regret at all, but that means that I've had to put other travel things off. For example, America. And there's obviously a lot of America that I want to see. It's a big country. It's a massive country, so it's going to be difficult to see all the things I want to see. And in fact, the places that we are going on this trip are places that I would probably not have gone if it wasn't for this trip. So that that in itself is pretty cool, because it'll be my first time in America. Is places that I've never thought about going. So, for example, the first place that we are going is Washington DC. Now, a lot of people say, Washington's obviously the capital where all the politics happens, but it's not the most. I don't think it's the most exciting place in the world, and not the most exciting place in America. There's obviously a lot more other places I would probably go first. So that is one thing. Washington DC, and what's going to happen is that we're going to meet politicians on different sides of arguments in terms of different cultural issues. I mentioned gun culture, the laws in America where basically everybody's allowed to have guns. That's just one small part of it, by the way. I was just using that as an example, but there's going to be a number of things like that happening throughout the trip. Someone asked me earlier on in the comments how long I'm going to go there for, and it's quite a short trip, to be honest. It's 10 days, and it's going to be 10 full-on days. So as I say, first 3 days we're going to be in Washington DC. After Washington, we are traveling to Orlando. Orlando's a place I might have went because there's a lot of cool things there. We're not going to have much downtime in terms of our own fun. We might get to go to like Disneyland and stuff like that once or twice, but we are going to be like hard on working. So yeah, it's going to be great. I think that Orlando trip's going to be good, but as I say, there's going to be a lot in terms of journalistic opportunities. So I'm going to be able to meet and interview people on different sides of every argument, good, bad, and ugly. And it's not a trip for me to kind of form an opinion, but more just be informed about what America is and what the different things are. Things that are different from America to British culture. So I'm going to be able to make content about this America trip, about these different cultural issues that, hopefully I'll be able to give you guys an honest opinion about what I see without any bias. So it's good that the trip's happening without any bias one way or the other. I mean, this is, when you go on government trips, right, as a journalist or blogger or whatever, usually you get the propaganda pitch, like travel destinations, everything's all nice and sunny and all that kind of stuff. But this, I believe, is different. This is going to be, for all the different cultural issues that we are going to be covering during this event, it's going to be the good and the bad. So that's awesome. I think that's good, right? It's not a pure propaganda pitch. It is, come and see. These are the issues that British people identified about America. This is your chance to come and see for yourself what you think of. That's their pitch to me. This is what your chance to come and see what you think about these issues from your own eyes without seeing it on the news, basically. So yeah, I mentioned first of all Washington DC. We are going to do some political stuff there. Will I get to meet Donald Trump? I don't know. I don't know if I'll get to meet Trump. Probably not. It would be cool if I did. I am then going to Orlando for a couple of days. And as I say, Orlando, there's going to be a lot about kind of gun stuff going on there. So obviously we know there's been a lot of shootings where people have been killed and stuff in America because of guns, but there's also a lot of pro-gun lobbies as well that will be meeting both sides. Obviously, not embassy's going to take any kind of view on that one way or the other. So yeah, I'm looking at my phone here. I've got a number of comments that have come through. I will catch up with them in a minute. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what's happening. After Orlando, we are then flying to Dallas in Texas. I don't even know what to expect about Texas. No idea. Texas for me is as alien as anywhere else in the world that I've never been. So yeah, that's the three places we're going. First of all, Washington, Orlando, and then Dallas, Texas. And I'm going with a bunch of bloggers and vloggers from throughout the UK. I believe there's one other person from Scotland who I don't know. But the rest of them are mostly from down south in England and London, which is cool. I'll get to meet a lot of interesting people. And I think it's going to be a great chance to kind of open my horizons, and meet new people. I believe there's going to be some kind of social media influencer type people from America there as well. So yeah, it is awesome. Like, I'm really, really excited. Having never been to America, I'm going with a totally open mind. And let's see how the trip goes. I will be vlogging my trip. There will be parts of the trip that I can't vlog, of course, when they come to kind of confidential meetings and stuff. But I will let you guys know as much as I can what exactly is going on. Juliana says, is Tekka coming as well? Unfortunately not. This is just me. Because it's been paid for by the US Embassy in London, it's a very tight, organised trip. So I'm going alone, and I'm going with a bunch of other people. We're all meeting up in London, I think, and flying from there. So yeah, 28th of May, which is 20 days from now. Today is the 8th of May, right? So yeah, in 20 days from now, I've not got much time to get myself organised. As I say, this is going to be great. I think it's going to coincide with a number of big events in America. I can't remember what they are. I will look them up. But especially in Washington, I think we're doing some kind of parade or something like that.
Memorial Day?
Yeah, is it Memorial Day? I can't remember. I'll look it up, right? But I'm going to Washington for political stuff, which is interesting. Payne asked me if I'm going to be shooting real guns this time. I don't know. Probably. Maybe they'll take us to a shooting range. Like, I've never shot a gun before, a real gun. So that's interesting. Like, I'd probably be a bit scared, to be honest. Maria says, shout out to Rio de Janeiro. Big shout out. Rio, by the way, in the comments. Rio is one of my favourite big cities in the world. I want to go back. But for now in this video, I'm talking. This is about the America trip. Right, I'm going to have a look at some comments now. So, Scottish Geek, who is in the comments, go and check out Scottish Geek as well. He's a YouTuber from here in Scotland. He asked me if I'm going to the Crater Day this Saturday in Edinburgh. Yes, I am. I totally forgot, actually. Thank you for reminding me. This Saturday is a YouTube Crater Day in Edinburgh. And there's going to be a lot of YouTubers from all over Scotland that are coming. And yes, I'm going to go. But I totally forgot it was this weekend. I knew it was happening in May. I just didn't know it was happening this weekend. I don't even know exactly where it is in Edinburgh. I just know it's happening. So I will be there this Saturday. Comments. Dolly Parton News says, are you going to Virginia? No, I'm not going to Virginia. As I say, the 3 places I'm going to in this trip are basically Washington, Orlando, and Dallas, Texas. These are the 3 places. And yeah, like, these are 3 places I would probably never have been. I'd never have gone. Like, why? Like, can't think of any reasons why I would go to any of these places in America, but that's why this is interesting. You know, it's going to take me to places that I might not have been, meet people that I probably would never have met before with different opinions from me. It is. I'll tell you a story though. But when I was a kid growing up, I always wanted to be involved in media, and I was a journalist for a number of years as well. So I've got a natural instinct for kind of looking for stories and trying to be neutral and impartial. So I always wanted to take that from journalism to making documentaries. So I almost see this trip as almost like a series of documentaries. I'm going to vlog every single day, and I want to make them like documentaries. Of a kind of Scottish British guy going to America to see what he sees. I don't know what you guys think about that. It'll also be good to kind of get your opinions on what. I want to keep you guys as involved as possible in the whole process. I want to know what you guys think while I'm there, what I should be doing, what I should be asking. So I want to make this collaborative. Like, I'm not just going to go out there and say, I'm going to do it my way and that's it. So, yeah, like, let me know, comment up until that day, type of things that you think I should be asking to people. I'll let you know closer to the time. Once I get more details about who I'm going to meet and stuff. Right at this moment, the details are a little bit sketchy. Like, I don't know everything that's going to happen, and I think the schedule is not totally finalized. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. Like, as I say, I'm going to be 3 or 4 days in every city. Washington DC, like, what is that all about? What's going to happen in Washington? I think that's going to be a strange trip. Maybe I'll get to meet some politicians. As I say, I won't get to meet Donald Trump. No chance. But there's wishful thinking. I would like to ask him a few questions. But yeah, I will definitely be meeting some people there who are relevant to the current political climate in America. Let's put it that way. Which is awesome. I think that's going to be amazing. So 1x1 says, find out the real America, the working class America, not Hollywood or what is shown on the news. Well, that's exactly what I think this trip is actually about. That's a good comment. You know, we're not going to Hollywood. We're not going to the polished places. We are going to meet people like police chiefs. We're going to meet organizations that do a lot of charity work in communities. We're going to meet people with very strong opinions on stuff like as I mentioned, gun culture. So yeah, that is basically what this is. It's a trip to go and for me to kind of explore and discover America on my own. You know, I've like you guys, like a lot of you guys, I've only seen it on TV. And I think our minds do get kind of pulled in different directions by news, by cultural TV programs and stuff like that. So I think it's difficult to kind of get a real opinion on a place or an issue like gun culture or whatever, unless you actually go and experience it yourself. So I'm definitely a believer in that. So yeah, and as I say, I don't know at the moment. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm going to go there with an open mind, see how things are, and report back to you guys as honestly as I can. Listen, if I think something that I see is bullshit, or if one of the people say something to me that I think is bullshit, I will say it is bullshit. Like, that is what you get from me. I'm not going to kind of tolerate people just kind of saying propaganda, just putting propaganda down my throat. Like, no way. But I'm assured that that's not going to happen, and that's a good thing. I have to applaud the people who are organising this trip, because they are being straight down the line and saying, you know, this is about you to form your own opinions, not for us to kind of tell you what it should be. Scottish man arrested for punching American politician in the face. Yeah, who knows? It could happen. We Scots are a bit fisty like that. Right, let's see. I'm going to have a look now. So, as I say, I'm looking on my phone at the moment. It's a bit difficult to see the comments, and I might be missing some out, so I apologise if I don't answer any, if I miss any out. Scottish Geek says, is America going to be ready for you? Who knows? Are they ready for a Scotsman? Well, let's not forget that America, there's a lot of Scottish people that immigrated to America, so that is awesome. Like, America has such a massive population of people who are descended from Scottish people or Irish people. So yeah, they're quite aware. My throat is so dry when I'm talking. I'm going to have to drink more beer. So, by the way, Scottish Geeks commented down below. Go and check out Scottish Geeks. He's a YouTuber from here in Scotland. Does a lot of cool videos, especially if you like gaming. A really good YouTuber. And I'm going to meet him on this Saturday at the YouTube event in Edinburgh. That's going to be fun. So somebody says to take my sunscreen, get the factor 50 out. Sun cream, yeah. Scotty, that's right, mate. I think I'm going to fry over there. Apparently, like, some of you guys, if any of you guys are watching from America, let me know what I should expect in terms of weather, because I have no idea. In terms of Washington will obviously be very different from Orlando, and will be very different from Texas. I'm presuming Texas is going to be the hottest place there, but you guys let me know. I want to know where is it going to be the hottest. I think Dallas in Texas is a pretty hot place, hot and dry, right? Texas is not like close to desert area. I know it's close to the Mexico border. That'll be interesting. I fully expect to put on quite a lot of weight during this trip. Although I'm supposed to be on a diet, so that is not great. I'm leaving Shiloh. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be so sad. Shiloh will be my dog Shiloh will be devastated when I go. He always is. But usually everybody leaves them at the same time to go on like a family holiday, so at least other people will be here. So if you've got any questions about not only this but anything else, feel free to ask them. Since we're doing this live, we might as well. I'm going to scroll through the comments now. Victoria says, I think you will find this country more than interesting. The regions are all very different. You have an open mind and you're flexible. You'll enjoy it. Thank you, Victoria. I really do think I will enjoy this. I think wherever you are in the world, there's good and bad. And I'm very open-minded. You know, I don't think everybody's the same from just because they're from certain countries, or just because they have, you know, even people who I disagree with about lots of different issues with religion or politics. Like, I'll be their friend if I get on with them in other cases or agree with them in some cases. You know, I'm open to having dialogue with people. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Can I just give another shout out as well to AJ Greenway in the comments? AJ is a vlogger from here in Scotland as well, and I just noticed him in the comments just now. I will give shout outs to people if I see you in the if I see people in the comments. Sorry, I've just got loads. I've just noticed hundreds of comments. Unfortunately, my laptop isn't working for some reason. It's frozen, so I can't see any comments. I can just see the ones that are coming on the phone. Matt S asks how long am I out there for. As I say, 10 days. No, it's slightly more than 10 days. I'm going on the 28th of May and I'm coming back on the 11th of June. So yeah, I think it's a very short trip actually, especially because I'm going to 3 cities. That is a lot to cram in 3 cities. X-Top Gigio says, I risk my life, Miami and Detroit, guns everywhere. I'll get to see that for myself. Pamela says, Orlando cheio de brasileiros. Sentirá em casa. Going to be lots of Brazilian people in Orlando. That's something I actually know about because, you know, I've got a lot of friends from Brazil who go to Orlando. Orlando seems to be a place where lots of Brazilians end up staying on holiday and stuff, so that's cool. So for people who are just joining the Q&A, Powell says, what is the big news? The big news is I'm going on a cultural exchange, is what they're calling it officially. Cultural exchange trip with a bunch of other bloggers and vloggers to the United States on the 28th of May, which is in 20 days time. And it's a trip to kind of explore the things about America that British people always thought. So I think they're basically looking at a number of things that British people think about Americans without actually knowing, right? They've taken those terms, and I've already said gun culture is one of them. British people think Americans are mad about guns, and they're taking us, the US Embassy is taking us to meet people on both sides of that argument and a number of other arguments related to cultural things. And as I say, I'm going with a number of other bloggers from here in the UK, which is great. Listen, traveling to America for me is the first great thing about this. It's just amazing because I've always wanted to do it. The second great thing about this trip is the people I'm going to meet while I'm there, because the embassy has set up some big high-profile meetings with politicians, with charitable people, all that kind of stuff. Thirdly, I'm going to meet some really cool bloggers from the UK and probably from America as well. That is great for me. That is exactly what I need. Because I think as a YouTuber, it can be a bit lonely at times. We're connected with lots of people around the world by computer only. So to actually get to go out and meet different people is really cool. So is there anyone here actually who are watching that are from America? Let me know if any of you guys are from America and where exactly you are in America. Thing about America is, and I think most people here will be the same who are not from America, everybody kind of knows a lot about it. Everybody already knows a lot about the country in terms of geography and stuff. Or at least we think we know a lot about it. And I think that's a problem because a lot of us around the world think we know a lot about America because we see it on TV, on the news, all the time. And let's not forget programs and movies like Hollywood, TV series like Friends, like I used to be addicted to when I was younger. So we have this kind of impression of America, which may or may not be true. So that is what this trip will be good for. That I'll get to see the real things. Scottish Geek says, have you progressed on any on the BBC fiasco? Yeah, the BBC thing. So I don't know if any of you guys saw the vlog I did last week. The BBC used one of my pictures. They screenshotted my vlog and they put it on the main news programme for Reporting Scotland. And basically one of my pictures of my vlog. And I thought, like, I made a vlog that was kind of just a joke. I wasn't really upset. Although I made it seem like I was upset. But I wasn't upset at all about that. And when I came to the end of the video, I said, listen, I'm not that upset. Like, it happens. It's not cool that the BBC did it. I would expect that to happen from people from around the internet, like bloggers and other vloggers do that. It's not great, but it happens. You'd expect inexperienced people to do that. You would not expect one of the biggest news organisations in the world, the BBC, to do that, right? It's very sloppy. But I'm not angry. I am disappointed, you could say. In fact, no, I'm not. It's not even disappointment. It's more like I take pity on them. Like, if the BBC is having to scroll around the internet and take pictures of people's YouTubes, like, that's just quite sad. JRA Production says, what is your favourite place to visit in Edinburgh/Scotland? A lot of people ask this question and it's quite tricky to answer. Edinburgh in the city, Edinburgh's not a big place. Once you come here, you're going to see the city centre is pretty small. It's got an old town which is very historic and good to see. Well worth checking out the historic old town and the castle. We've got an amazing park in the middle of the city which has a mountain in it, which is called Arthur's Seat, and it's well worth checking out Arthur's Seat if you're in Edinburgh. It's also worth checking out Craigmillar Castle. It's a cool place. That's Edinburgh for you. If you're talking about the rest of Scotland, there's some amazing places around Scotland. I would like there's some places I want to go that I've never properly explored. For example, the Isle of Skye. I really want to go there. I really want to do the Route 500 in the north. So like, there's so many places that I want to go. But the Highlands are generally just awesome. If you come here, try and check out the Highlands. Scotty asks, one of my old fishing friends here is here in the comments. That's awesome, Scott. Scott, I think Scott are you started a YouTube channel yet, Scott? He asked, am I going to do anything with the fishing magazines? So basically, a lot of you guys won't know this, but I used to work full time as a journalist for the fishing magazines. I used to be a photographer and basically a journalist. And I stopped that a long time ago, basically because, first of all, the pay is really, really bad. But it's just, I kind of lost interest with all that world. Like, I think old media like magazines is not my game. Like, I think the future is video. The future is online content. And I don't think magazines relate to what's happening in the world. Magazines are going to die a death, and newspapers are going to die a death. That is my prediction. In fact, most of them are already dead. Okay, I just seen a number of comments come through just now. Angelo says, are you going to vote in June? I will definitely vote in June. I think we're beyond it. I've said this before, but I think we're beyond the kind of ugly debates that go on online now. I don't think that adds to any of the conversation. People have said to death one way or the other about politics here in the UK, America, Europe. France just had the election on Sunday. At the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter whether I tell you who I'm going to vote for or not. It doesn't make a difference to the outcome. I think what does make a difference is me saying that you need to vote. If you're from the UK, just please make sure you vote. I don't care what it is. Just vote on in June. And by the way, I'm going to be in America when the vote happens, which is a little bit of a problem. I'm going to be in America when the UK is voting for the next Prime Minister, the next government that is going to take a majority of this country. So that's a bit, I don't know how. I think I can do a postal vote perhaps. So here you're allowed to vote by post beforehand, and I think also you can vote. You can vote by proxy. You can get somebody else to do it for you as well if you're away. But yeah, I'll be in America when the vote happens. So unfortunately, I'm going to miss all that fun and games. I'm actually quite glad, to be honest, because it's just going to be hell. But I think it's important that people vote. Exploring with Paul says you should go to Area 51 when you're in the USA. I've always thought about Area 51. Always thought it'd be cool to visit, but I have no idea where it is. I'm going, as I say, I've got 3 specific places I'm going on this trip that's been organised by the American Embassy, and I cannot go anywhere. Like, I can't deviate from their plans. Like, I can't say, oh, I fancy going to this place or that place, which is a shame. But yeah. So where's Area 51 then? I'm going to, as I say, the places I'm going to are Washington DC, Orlando, Florida, and Dallas, Texas. This, by the way, Brewdog. This is my beer of choice at the moment. Great stuff. Really nice and light and just refreshing. Love it. I actually did a vlog about the Brewdog factory, the brewery. Go and check it out. Really cool place. Scottish Geek, thank you for joining in, and you're going to head off for tonight, but I'll see you on Saturday definitely. So if any of you guys are just joining in, there is a YouTube event happening here in Edinburgh, which is great, on Saturday. Edinburgh being a small city, we don't have like many YouTube events, but this is an official YouTube thing. This is an official YouTube event why some guys who work for YouTube are actually coming and booking out a room here in Edinburgh and getting a lot of people who are creators together to talk about stuff. Angeli662 says, no New York City. No, unfortunately not. I really want to go to New York, but I'm not going this time. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. It's an organised trip, so I have to go where they're taking me. And they're going to some really awesome places. And as I said at the start of this video, it's not places that I would have decided to go on my own, which is a good thing. Because what that means is when I get back home after this trip, hopefully if I like it, like I will be able to go back to America on my own. Me and Tekka really wants to go. My wife Tekka, she is desperate to go to America as well, to experience it for herself. And unfortunately she can't come on this trip. It's a very tight group of people who are going, and I understand it's because of logistics and stuff. They can't. It's just not going to be possible. So we might go back together. Maybe in September. I'm thinking. I've got a lot of travel plans this year, but this is something this is great because it's not travel. This is a travel trip, but it's more than travel. It's deeper than that. It is a journalistic kind of documentary experience. My hair, by the way, is wild. Look at that. Don't know what's going on. I've also got this terrible spot on my head. I don't know how that happened. I've been getting a lot of spots recently. I think it's something to do with the weather getting warmer or something, or maybe I'm just eating badly. I don't know. I actually went out to do a photo shoot today and I had this big massive spot. I was trying to cover it up, but it didn't work. Anyway, this vlog, I wanted to do this live video to kind of tell you guys how excited I am to go to America. I think it's going to be a great trip. And as I say, I want you guys to be involved. I want you to let me know. Once it gets closer to the time, you will know more about what I'm doing, my itinerary, where I'm going to be, and the types of people that I'm going to be meeting. And I will go on places like Twitter and kind of let you know what's happening, so you can let me know what you would like to find out about. Scott, yes, I would love to come and go fishing with you really soon. That would be good. Jack Cuthill, another vlogger from here in Scotland, here in Edinburgh. Jack says, when will you be taking Iron Brew with you? Good question. I might actually just need to take an emergency supply of Iron Brew with me to this America trip. Because let's face it, it might be difficult to come by. And we Scottish people, if we are without Iron Brew, some terrible things can happen. So, yeah. Exploring with Paul says, lots of good haunted places in USA. I would love to go to see the haunted places, but unfortunately this trip is not going to happen. This trip is going to be about sticking to the plans that the embassy has for us. And as I say, I'll be with a bunch of other vloggers, so we'll all be sticking together. I don't think we're going to have much downtime to kind of do our own thing. I really don't. Okay, here's a comment, not related to America. Claudio says, 2 pros and cons about Italy, I am curious. 2 pros, okay. 1 pro, the weather. In fact, I can give you loads of pros about Italy. The weather, I really like Italian weather, obviously. The culture and the history of Italy is really fascinating. The food in Italy is incredible. The seaside, the Mediterranean seaside is amazing. The Italian cities are amazing. One bad point about Italy is the roads. People drive like absolute lunatics. I'm not going to lie. People drive. I've driven around the world. I've driven in Iceland. I've driven in the UK, obviously. Driven in mainland Europe. Driven in Spain. I've driven in Portugal. I have driven in Brazil. I've driven a lot of places in my life. I love driving. Italy is fucking insane. People there drive crazy. So yeah. Jez Carter says, after driving the Fiat 500 for a while now, would you recommend a second-hand one? Jez, I would. I really like the Fiat 500 car. It's a small, nippy car. It has its limitations. For example, it's never going to accelerate, past a lot any kind of sports car. Although if you get the Abarth version is very fast. But it depends what you want it for. It's ideal. The Fiat 500 is an ideal car for city driving because it's so small. It's nippy. It is nippy. I recommend the Fiat 500 if any of you. So if you're thinking about buying a Fiat 500, I would recommend it. They're cute. They are nippy. They are comfortable and surprisingly comfortable. Guys, I have driven my Fiat 500 from here in Edinburgh to the Scottish Highlands. Me and Tekka in the front and my mum and dad in the back, and they said they had loads of room in the back. Like 4 people. The Highlands is like a 4-hour drive, right? It's not a comfy drive, and they were totally comfy in the back of my Fiat 500. I'm really surprised. It's obviously not the easiest to get in and out because there's only 2 doors at the front. But a lovely car. I love my Fiat 500. I guess one downside about the Fiat 500 as well is it does not take much luggage. It's got a very small boot. But you know what? That's a small complaint because it is a beautiful little car. I love it. Jack came with me. Jack Cuthill in the comments came with me to the bike show. He liked it as well. So yeah, nice wee cars. I like them. If you're into sporty wee cars, fast cars, right? The Fiat 500 has an Abarth version. If I had the money, I would buy an Abarth. Like, basically a Fiat 500 with a rocket engine. Like, it just must be so fun to drive. They're really fun cars to drive anyway, but imagine like the Fiat 500 Abarth version. We loved it. Love it. It's just really expensive though. They are expensive wee cars. So yeah, this is my big announcement. I'm going to the States. I'm really excited. I'm a bit nervous. I do suffer anxiety a little bit with things like that, but I think it should be fine. By the way, Alex asked in the comments, have I been to the doctor yet? Because the last few days, the last 3 or 4 days, I've been getting this really weird thing at nights, and I've got it today as well, by the way. Both my hands have been getting kind of numb and tingly, like pins and needles feeling. Really weird and annoying. And I was talking on Twitter to a lot of people, that's why Alex saw it. And is asking me in the comments, because I said I was going to go to the doctor, and I haven't been yet. The problem is here, it's not that easy to get an appointment, because we don't have private healthcare here. We are with NHS. Like, if I get a doctor's appointment now, I'll probably see a doctor in about... see the doctor in about 2 weeks' time. I could call for an emergency, but, like, I don't think it is an emergency. Like, it's just some pins and needles in the hand. So hopefully, yeah. Okay, so more comments coming in. Michael has said about, the live video is really cool. Thank you, yeah, it is awesome. I really like this live video format. It's something different. I think it's a cool way to connect with people. I would like to do more live videos, like on the go. Like, take the camera out to somewhere cool, do a live video so you can all see it. Maybe I can do that in America a little bit, but we'll see. No promises. It is cool because, like, it's the one time where I can totally feed off reactions. Like, I would have nothing to say right now, pretty much, but I've got things to say because I'm basically answering you guys as you come and make comments. So that's cool. It's basically like lots of mini reactions, that's what I need. I need people to drop in comments. More comments, the more reactions you're going to get. It's amazing. I don't know why though, right? So I'm streaming this on my mobile. I'm just going to turn the camera on so you can see, but that wasn't working. That's my laptop over there. I really would have liked to use the comment section on that so I can see more comments, because it's much handier for me. So yeah, somebody commented about the tingly hands thing. Angeli says, not to scare you, check your blood pressure. That's something I'm really worried about. Like, these tingly hand feelings I was getting, the numbness. The first big thing I was thinking about was, could this be diabetes? Like, it could happen. Diabetes is quite common, and let's face it, I'm not the healthiest guy in the world. I need to cut out a lot of foods and stuff. So yeah, that's one thing I was worried about. But I did get checked for diabetes last year, and I got the all clear. But maybe it's time I went and did another test. So yeah, I think you guys are right. I shouldn't worry too much. I don't talk about this very often, but I have serious health anxiety, really bad health anxiety. That's the one thing that I suffer anxiety for the most, is health problems. That's the one thing I'm scared about. Like, this is weird. Anxiety is a terrible, terrible thing. Lots of people in the world suffer from anxiety. And I totally sympathize with people, but other people get anxious when they're with other people, like in busy, crowded places. I don't tend to get that so much. I get anxiety about health, and it sucks. So, but you could call it being a hypochondriac, right? That's basically why I am. I get so worried about stupid little things. Like, but at the same time, I've had this thing with my hands the last 3 or 4 days, and my hands have been numb and tingly. It's something you need to check these things out, right? You can't just let them slide. So I think I will be speaking to a doctor in the next couple of weeks about that. The doctor's probably sick of seeing me. Jack Cuthill, if you're with Free Network, you won't pay any roaming charges. Jack, yes, I'm with 3, the network. 3 is a network here in the UK, which I don't get sponsored by them, so I don't want to promote them or anything. But the great thing about 3, which I love, like, they have a number of countries around the world, and America is one of them, where I will not pay any extra charges for using I will not get any extra charges for using my mobile 3G data. That's amazing. Like, going to Europe last year, I was using my 3 mobile phone, and I just paid the same as I would in the UK. It's amazing. Exploring with Paul says, buy a fidget spinner. They're big on YouTube. I was looking into fidget spinners. A lot of people are using them. That's cool. I'm going to go back through the comments now. This is the great thing about this live feature. So as I'm talking, there's comments kind of jumping into this thread, which is amazing. But I do miss some, so I really apologize if I've missed any. I'll try and catch up with them later, but I'll try and answer a few now as well. Okay, so here's a comment from Bram. It says, what if they let you meet all genuinely nice people and will totally determine your view, but you later learn more about tragic sides of the US? Would you not feel bamboozled? Yeah, I mean, like, listen, the thing is, every country in the world, and it's naive to think otherwise, every country in the world has great things and bad things. And you can't go to a place just saying that everything's amazing wherever you go, because it's not. Everywhere's got problems. Scotland, heck, where I am right now in my country, Scotland, has got a lot of problems. As well as the good things, it's got a lot of bad things. Got some really great people and lots of really bad people. But I think wherever you go in the world, this is genuine, right? Wherever you go, most people are nice. Most people are good. Good people who want to help others, right? There's always bad eggs, and that can spoil it for you, for your opinion on people from a whole country. Like, you might go somewhere you've never been before, right? And as soon as you get there, you get robbed, and you'll get an impression like, shit, this place is terrible. But you were just unlucky. Like, That happens. So whenever you go traveling to places, new places you've never been, it's best to keep an open mind, even if something bad happens. And that's what I'm going to try and do. When I go to America, I'm going to try and keep open mind, because we are dealing with some really touchy subjects. Gun laws in America are really, really, really touchy. Like, even if I and most people in the UK don't agree with them, we have to respect that it's not my laws, it's not my constitution. I have to respect that it's for other people to decide that. And by the way, the last British person that went to America and tried to challenge Americans on gun laws was Piers Morgan, and you know how that ended. He got fired. So it's not for me to do that, right? I'm not going to go there, despite what I may think about gun culture, gun laws, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go there and like kind of impose my will on people. I might disagree with some people. It's normal, but I'm not gonna like go there and basically criticize everybody, because I don't think it's my place to do that. But it is interesting. There's going to be a lot of cool, interesting cultural things about this trip. As I say, I'm going to meet some awesome people. There's some cool kind of social media type people that I'm going to meet in America as well, who they haven't revealed to us yet. I wish they would tell us, because I want to know. But that's something I'm going to find out. So, as I say, if any of you guys have got any comments about the America trip or anything else, social media, let me know in the comments and I'll try and answer them. I've been working, by the way, on a couple of websites. First website is for my own personal, kind of business that I've been running. I'm going to make it more official by launching out its own website. But I've been working hard on getting that right. It's not going to be launched before it's right, and I will share that with you guys. I'm also thinking about kind of launching a mini website type blog for Shaun Vlog for the YouTube channel. Just another place, and to be frank, it's selfish reasons, just another place to kind of put my YouTube content, because literally the more places you put your YouTube videos on the web, the more chances they get seen by SEO, by Google search and all that kind of stuff. So, by the way, if any of you just heard that noise behind me, it sounded like somebody sneezing. My mum bought one of those fancy air freshener things, and it pushes out fancy air freshener every half an hour, and it sounds like somebody sneezing. Yeah. Scott says, go to some of the Bass Pro shops in America. I would love to go to the Bass Pro shops. Like, that's one thing I'm interested in. America's got this culture of massive shopping malls and centres like Walmart, where you can buy literally anything. And I think that's cool, like outdoorsy type stuff in a supermarket. We don't really have that here in the UK. I mean, some of the supermarkets here are pretty big and you can buy things, but not on the same level as America. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to eating pretty well in America, I think. Looking forward to meeting people from different cultures. And yeah, as I say, just try not to... I'm not going to go in with a biased opinion. I'm going to go there honestly, open-minded, and try and report to you guys honestly what I see about the different culture. And then this is cultural issues that we're going there to explore. You know, this is not like a holiday, this is work. I'm told we're going to be working from like 8 in the morning. We're going to be up and getting sent off to our meetings and not back till like 8 at night most days. So I'm going to be pretty tired. And plus I'm going to edit a vlog every day as well. So it's cool. I think this is going to be awesome. It's going to be good for me. The full itinerary is not available yet, and once it is, I will let you guys know exactly what's happening, where I'm going and all that kind of stuff. Bloody hell, guys, it's 10 to midnight here in Scotland. It is, right now, it's 23:47 UK time. It's getting late. What time is it where you are? Where is everybody watching from, by the way? I want to know. Where are you guys right now? It's always kind of great to see where you guys are watching from. I've not had any comments for a while, so hopefully I'm still alive. I think I am. Okay, so Angelo says Porto Alegre, Brazil. If there's anybody else watching from Brazil, by the way, I have launched a second YouTube channel. And it's called Gringo Shaun, and it's all about just doing little videos in Portuguese, because I want to practice Portuguese more. I want to practice my Portuguese. I want to speak more Portuguese, and I launched that channel to give me that opportunity. So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, go to youtube.com/Gringo Shaun, and that is my channel about Brazil. By the way, I can't make any official announcement yet as well, but I will be going to Brazil this year. I would love to, obviously Vitória and Espírito Santo is my home in Brazil, and that's where I'll be spending most of the time. But I would love to travel a bit more around Brazil. I'd love to go to the deep south, Porto Alegre, Santa Catarina state. I would love to go down there. I've never been further south than Curitiba in Brazil, but I would love to go there. So any suggestions you have about places to go in the south of Brazil, hit me up. I would also like to go and see the northeast of Brazil. I would like to go to Bahia. I would like to go to even further up. But let's see. I don't know when that's going to happen yet, but it will be this year. My throat is getting dry. Wow. We've also got people watching from... Lavender said Dublin in Ireland. Dublin, I really love Dublin. By the way, I was in Dublin this year for 12 hours. I was in Dublin for 12 hours this year with my friend. We went to see the Guinness factory, and I love Dublin. Dublin was amazing. I want to go back and spend some real time there. It's a beautiful city, and I think the people everybody I met there was so nice. I want to go back to Dublin this year and spend some time. Alex says, Quero Café was a video I did about a viral video in Brazil that was or a guy. There is a meme in Brazil about a guy. Basically, a guy lost his plot because there was no coffee inside the hospital. He was sitting in the hospital all day. I think he was in a big line of people, and they had no coffee. And some TV reporter went to ask, I think it was his wife, and said, how do you feel about sitting here all day in the hospital? And this guy just pushed his way into the camera and started screaming that he wanted coffee. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it, but go to my Brazil channel, Gringo Shaun, and check that video out. It's the meme of that, the video of it, and the remix the guys have did about that. It's so funny. Exploring with Paul says, Inverness, you're from Inverness in Scotland. That's amazing, Inverness. By the way, guys, Paul, I'm going to try and make it to Inverness really soon. Really, really soon. Because I want to do, this is another announcement happening right now in this video. I want to do the Route 500, which is the new kind of trip that the Visit Scotland has come up with for the road that basically goes up the top of Scotland. And I think Inverness would be the perfect stopping point. And Paul also asks, how was your haggis in the Frankenstein pub? The haggis in the Frankenstein pub was good. Really good haggis. Jack Cuthill says, would you like to go to Japan? I would love to go to Japan. Japan's another place on the left. That's the problem, right? When you like traveling and stuff, there's so many cool places in this world to go. With America, that's one place I want to go. So many places in America I want to go. More places in South America, more places in Brazil I want to go. Japan just seems so far away though. I would love to do it, but it just seems so far away, and it'd be a big trip. Let's see. Never say never, but it's like a dream. Alex says, if you like chocolate, go to see Gramado in the south. Cool idea. I love chocolate. I am a chocoholic. I'm totally addicted to chocolate. So yeah, I would like to go to Gramado. Harris Makara in the comments right now says he's a Hearts fan, as am I, by the way. What do you think about Ian Cathro? Ian Cathro is the manager of Hearts, my football team here in Edinburgh. I think the board made a big mistake in hiring him. They took a gamble by hiring somebody who had never managed football properly yet. Big gamble, very young guy. But let's face it could have worked out. Ian Cathro could have been a great manager. He could have been the next Jose Mourinho. He could have been, but he's not proven to be. So I think it was right that the Hearts board gave somebody like that a chance, but he's not working out, and I think his time is up. Hearts are not doing well under his management. Lavender says I should come back. It's better and back to Dublin. Lavender said, yeah, I will come back to Dublin. I really, really will. And Lavender says I should come back in the summer. It still rains. Yeah, that sounds like Edinburgh. It still rains here. It still rains here in the summer as well. But I know what you mean. I'm imagining the Dublin weather must be quite similar to here in Edinburgh. So I will try my best to kind of do it. Let's see. Any more? I think that's it. I think I've run out of comments. If I haven't answered anybody's comments or questions, it's because I'm using the mobile app and it's not easy to see exactly what comments have come in. Craig McCurdy says Hibs. I guess you're a Hibs fan, Craig. I have a lot of respect for what you guys have achieved over the last few years at Hibs. Hibs is the rival football team for Hearts here in the city of Edinburgh. And historically, the fans have hated each other, the teams have hated each other, but I've got a lot of respect for what Hibs have done in the last few years. I think it's amazing they won the cup. And, I think Neil Lennon is the right man for you. I think next year, Hearts could be in trouble. Let's see. Sorry, a lot of football chat going on here. Lots of Scottish people. We like to talk about football. Football's in our veins, it's in our blood. That's what we do. But yeah, I think one last point I would like to make before I finish this live video. I want to, before I go on this America trip, which is in 20 days time, I want to do a series of videos about America, about what I think of America, about what I think about America, things that I don't actually know. I'll do a bit of research. Just little kind of Shaun Says style videos, like just telling my thoughts about different things. What I would like to get is quite a few American people to come and watch the channel before I go, to subscribe, because a lot of you, it's amazing I have lots of people watching from Brazil and from the UK, but I think for this trip I want to get perspectives from all sides. So I don't just want to be talking to people from any one part of the world. I want people from all parts of the world to be involved in this. The vlogs that I'm going to do on this America trip. So from now until then, I'll do a few videos about America and the connection between Scotland and America, particularly. So yeah, it'd be good to I would like to attract more Americans to come and watch the vlog for that reason, as we come up to the trip on the 28th of May. Very excited about it. But my throat is going. Like, that's what happens when you talk for an hour straight. And also, I don't know if you guys have kept up with some of the vlogs, but I'm doing 2 talks this year. My first ever big talks that I've ever done in Edinburgh. I'm going to be talking, first of all, to the Edinburgh Bloggers Conference, which is happening in June next month, when I come back from America. That'll be amazing. There'll be a lot of kind of bloggers and vloggers, creative people there. Second of all, I'm speaking at a big event in Edinburgh, which is going to be the Life and Style Edinburgh event, and I cannot wait for that. That's going to be simply amazing. There's going to be a lot of people there from different backgrounds and stuff, and it's just going to be so great. To say that I'm shitting myself would be an understatement, but I'm excited as well. It's going to be great to talk to people about social media, which is what I love doing. I'm gonna have to have a look back at this live video when I finish this, because there was a troll that came on, right? There was a troll. When I opened this live video earlier on, the first person who commented, or one of the first people who commented, was a troll, and just said some shit, and it kind of put me off this live video a little bit. I was like, wow. Like, I expect trolls, right? Trolls come in the comments all the time. Thankfully, all you guys are awesome. Most of my followers are amazing, but you always get 1 or 2 trolls, and that's fine. But when you're doing a live video and the first comment that comes up is a hateful troll, it's like kind of puts you off a little bit. Somebody telling everybody to unsubscribe and stuff like that. So that when I first opened this live video, that's what happened, and it freaked me out a little bit. So hopefully it went smoothly. Hopefully it didn't fuck up the start of this live video. Basically is what I'm saying. I will look at it when I hit finish on this live. By the way, I didn't just fart there. That sounded like I farted, but I never. I'm sitting on a leather chair and it sounded really dodgy. Sorry about that. I didn't fart, promise. But I don't know if were any of you guys watching at the start of the video? Did you think it came across a bit weird? I'm still getting used to this live videos. Live video is awesome, but it's something it takes a while to get used to. It really does, because you have to think of things to say for like an hour live to people, and it's really cool, especially when you get comments and stuff. But yeah, Craig McCurdy says, congrats on the trip, enjoy the beer. Thanks, man, I really appreciate it, Craig. And on a football note, I really looking forward to Hibs coming back into the top league next year. Hearts and Hibs derbies again is always amazing. Angeli says Trump is Scottish. Yeah, Trump is Scottish. He is from a Scottish family who emigrated to America. Yeah, that's going to be a bit awkward, right? But anyway, listen guys, I think this video has been going for 66 minutes at the moment. The current time where I am is 23:59. Almost midnight. Almost midnight. It's late. I'm feeling tired. Okay, Harris says, just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Harris Makara says, keep doing what you're doing. I love watching your videos. Might see you around Edinburgh. Thank you very much, Harris. I really appreciate that. I will see you around Edinburgh, hopefully. If you see me around town, just say hi. I really appreciate that. Jack Cuthill says he did a live video around the castle. It's hard to keep talking. It really is. It's hard to keep going for like an hour without repeating yourself. Pamela says, enjoy your trip and your beer. It was a great snooze. Thank you very much, Pamela. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all the kind words you guys are sending. And this trip I'm doing, I want to keep you guys as involved as possible. It's not really about me. It's about, I just want to be a person who's like, I'm getting to meet some really cool people, or you could say important people, maybe not cool, but important people. That you would not get to meet every day. I certainly wouldn't get the opportunity to meet these guys every day. The American embassy has organised this, so most people, you wouldn't get access to them all the time. So I want to go there and put them under pressure sometimes and ask them honest questions about stuff and report back to you about what I see. So as that trip comes up, please do let me know what you want to know about. Susan H says, where in the States will you be in Washington? Yes, Susan, you might not have caught earlier in the video, but I'm going to Washington DC to start off with for 3 or 4 days. After Washington DC, I'm going to Orlando, Florida, and then after Orlando, I'm going to Dallas, Texas. That is my trip. And it's only like 11 or 12 days, I think it is. 11 or 12 days is a very short trip, and we'll be staying for 3 or 4 days in each place. So it's going to be manic. It's going to be busy. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate all the great comments you send. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to hit this video off now and go to bed because I'm fucking tired. But I will keep you guys updated as to what's happening as the trip unfolds. So, have a good night, folks. I'll speak to you again really soon, probably. I've got 2 or 3 vlogs that I did over the weekend, and I need to get editing. So I'll put them up probably starting tomorrow, the day after, all that kind of stuff. Right? So, have a good night, guys. Hope you have sweet dreams, all the rest of it. Take care. Catch you later, guys. See ya.